Welcome to the Social Podcast, where no discussion or debate is off limits.
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. A coven of complicated women, 4 in number, shall haunt your dreams and make you shudder. A wretched sprite of spiteful grace turns joy to sorrow in her wake. And from the far-off land of Oz, the wicked witch of the West, she'll get you, my pretty, and curse you with a simple evil hex. Fair is foul and foul is fair, a sentiment that Maleficent shares. Her wickedness runs wild and deep. She'll curse you to an eternal sleep. Now could it be the evil queen in a guise so strange? Transformed into a hag of dread to thwart Snow White lest her beauty spread.
Happy Halloween and welcome to our coven! Oh, my fellow witches and naughty, naughty women. Well, happy Halloween. I don't know why I must speak with an accent. But I must. Welcome to this very, very wicked edition of The Social. Give yourselves a round of applause. Before we begin, a thank you to the very magical hands that made us look this way.
Yes.
A big shout out to our glam squad today. Thank you very, very much. I can't look at any of you right now and do this show.
These two heads. I'm laughing because even our phones, you know, when you do the face recognition, is like, nope, you're gonna have to enter your passcode.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know who this is, but it's not Andrea.
I know we're supposed to get going, but I need, like, how do you all feel? Because you all look stunning.
Well, you in
feel
particular.
stunning today.
I love it.
You know, I love Halloween. Shout out to our glam squad one more time. I absolutely love Halloween because of all the effort they put into it. I'm just wondering, anybody hungry? Anybody want to ask?
I don't trust you. I've had enough fiber today.
This one
I've had enough fiber.
Share.
Well, again, you all look stunning. A
You
big,
all
big
look
thank
amazing,
you. This is
too.
phenomenal. Thank you, audience. Okay. Well, I am guessing that Martha Stewart is the good witch in her neighborhood because Martha told Vogue that she likes to hand out, well, a little cash along with her candy. I know. So we're not money bags like Martha Stewart, but is it ever acceptable to hand out cash at Halloween?
No. Unless it is going to UNICEF, you should not be handing out cash at Halloween.
Fair.
I'm sorry. This is how trends get started. Somebody who's very wealthy, AKA Martha Stewart, starts something going and then everyone else feels like they need to hop along. Keep Halloween to candy. Although I will say, last year, Jaya ended up coming home with like a book. Like a book. I don't know if the people ran out or what. No, it wasn't a kid's book. It was like a James Patterson.
See, do you know what? That screams
candy.
Even handing out money or a James Patterson book, it screams like someone who ran out of time and wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
Like, here, kid, take a $5.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that is so weird because Martha Stewart is the opposite of that. Martha Stewart is maybe one of the most prepared people I can imagine. So the idea of her giving, I'd take the money. Like, don't get me wrong. I'd be like, a $5? Sure, thanks.
Listen, I don't mean to name drop, but I was actually with Martha Stewart last night, and if whatever. We're like best friends, whatever. I'm going to her house for Thanksgiving, but it's
I think you should wear this outfit.
I just feel like if I'd known that, I would have asked for more than her cookbook. I'm like, oh, you're handing out money, but I'm with you. This is for the children. What a person like Martha should do is only be handing out the full-size bags of chips and candy bars.
Yeah.
Kids don't need money. They're dressed up so they can get candy, but I would not expect nothing less than a big handful of some full-size Martha.
I will say we're ignoring the obvious that I think she is still trying to repair her reputation from, being in the Slammer.
Oh!
So house.
That's witchy, girl.
If you're still trying to repair your reputation, how about this? Don't forget to tell your mom, Martha. She gave you a little, And also, don't forget, she said she lives in the country. I used to live in the country. Nobody used to come to our door to trick or treat.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We lived in a scary forest. I don't know why they didn't come. But if we started handing out cash, I bet you we would have had a line down the street. So bribery, come to my house.
All right, so let's move on. Do you try and limit the amount of candy that your kid grabs when they're trick-or-treating? Okay. Well, a writer for Slate argues that you should let them go truly feral on Halloween because there are too many norms and expectations. Okay, this crowd is not about that. So, the question, would you let your kids just grab as much candy as they want on Halloween? Are you going to defend this?
I am not going to. Well, here's the thing. The story rests on the idea that you're handing out the bowl and letting the kids choose. When I hand out candy, let me know if this is abnormal, but I'm the one who's controlling the kid. Like, I am the captain of the candy bowl.
Yes, of course.
Like, and a generous, certainly.
Okay.
You know,
So you don't know how many you're kind of like maybe Susie's getting 2 and maybe Johnny's getting 3.
No, it's generally 2 to 3 per kid. If it's an older kid, like if he's 46, I'm like, you know what? You're getting 1. But if it's a cute little guy, you're gonna get
So you're doing
candy.
okay.
Yeah.
I think the difference is that back in our day when we were trick-or-treating, I feel like it was mostly a one and done, right? And also that was the era where you still might, if you came up to the door and you said trick-or-treat, someone might say treat, which I never, or sorry, trick, and you'd be like, I don't know what to do.
Trick.
Right? I don't know what the trick was.
My husband makes kids do that.
Does he do it?
Oh, yeah, he
What
does.
do they do?
I don't know, tell a joke. I don't know, honestly. He makes them work.
But the difference is, like, I remember vividly going home, I would pile out my little bag of candy and I would pile things together, and then I was allowed 1 per day in my school lunch.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it didn't last that long.
Yeah, same thing.
Nowadays, the candy bag has become the family candy bag.
Correct.
Wait, whose decision is that? Is that the
correct.
I
child?
don't know. It
Or
just
is that the
happens.
parents?
You get a surplus and then everybody's eating from it. So I feel like that's
We
what.
comatose that very night just on candy. Like there was, it was.
I know, but here's the deal. Because I was a lazy, when I was a teenager, I was in charge of handing out the candy, and usually I would just put a little note, be like, help yourself, because I really just didn't want to do it. But if we are allowing kids to take as much as they want, what's going to happen to the kid who comes after you? That means that somebody is not getting any candy. Yeah. So it's not a nice thing to do. You cannot tell your children, just take as much as you want, because you know how children are with candy. They have no control. They have no impulse control. I think that's the worst thing that you could ever tell your kid. Like, don't worry about the kid coming behind you. Just take whatever you want.
Yeah, it's a
terrible.
terrible
Also,
message.
it's so expensive. Shrinkflation. I remember when we used to go and trick or treat, and you would actually have pretty good sized portions. And now you're paying the same thing, but the candies are half the size.
Oh, I haven't.
they
I'm
used
gonna
to
look
be,
into
right?
that. That's very interesting.
100%. And so now the idea of letting kids take everything, you're going to be done within the first 10 minutes. All your candy is gone. I can't afford that much candy.
Yeah.
To be very, very honest. But to speaking to your thing, I thought that I read this story, like, do you just let your kids gorge when you get home? And yeah, we do. All of us. We gorge together. Absolutely.
I feel
One night
bad
a
for your
year.
children.
One night a year.
Well, there's nothing that upsets a witch more than being
go out.
haunted with memories of her ex. Thankfully, there's a new dating trend that will keep life ghost-free. Cobwebbing. It's the practice of sweeping away any reminders of your old flame so you can fully and officially move on. Do you practice cobwebbing? Do you guys do this with exes?
Yes and no. And so yes, in the sense that if I have old clothes, old mementos, pictures that are in prominent places, especially if it's a bad breakup, gotta go, bye.
Wow.
However, Ryan actually stumbled upon a memory box of mine. I don't know if you all keep memory boxes of old relationships. Back in my day, we used to write letters and cards to one another. Make yourself a mixtape, play record. We used to do that. And I used to have a memory box of this stuff, and I kind of forgot about it. But the reason why I didn't throw it out, because first of all, it wasn't somewhere prominent that Ryan was seeing it every day.
Yeah.
But I also don't want to forget who I was, the lessons I learned in that relationship, and it got me to here today. Am I calling up that ex? No. Am I once in a while looking back and going, wow, girl, you have come far? far?
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
I think
Yes,
that's
I have.
beautiful. I think that's beautiful. I keep, I hold on to things. I don't cobweb. I go, That was the spirit of my ex-boyfriend. I was like, if you threw away one of the t-shirts I did, I screen printed. In fact, yeah, the t-shirts he used to make were so good. He went on to become an industrial designer, quite successful. Still burns a little. But there's an edit coming up, and if you pay close attention, you'll see that I'm wearing a t-shirt that simply says pizza on it.
Okay.
And that is one of his How do you get rid of a t-shirt that good?
No,
Like,
you
just
can't.
think about a t-shirt that just says pizza. That's art. That's art. Simon even,
It's a
he's
great
like, I'm
shirt.
fine with the t-shirt. I'm fine with the t-shirt.
They say in this article, there's this idea that these things bind us, like very witchy ideas, that we still are somewhat attached if we keep these things. Do you keep things around from exes?
I get rid of everything.
You get rid of everything.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
I like to hand my exes a nice apple before we break and be like, eat this. No, but before they had a name for it, I really truly believe, because I've been the person who's coming to a new relationship and there's nothing more off-putting than that. And also wanting to like somebody, wanting to start something fresh and realizing that you're still sitting around all of their past memories of their last relationship. You never feel like there's a space for you.
Yeah.
And I understand that this is something that was part of their history, but like these little belongings, I get rid of everything. Everything. I have the memory
letters,
of you.
everything.
Letters,
Oh my God, I
cards,
can't.
everything
letters.
has to...
I can't.
Listen, this is not stuff from your grandparents. This is a guy that you used to date.
No,
you
but
can
if
let
it's
it
a
go.
serious I grew up with this
But
guy,
you
and
always-
like you, like the letters. Whoa! Again, he's haunting. But like, he's a good person, and those letters inform me about who I was.
Here's the deal. It's not so much who you were. I understand what you're saying, but think about the new person. Like, I understand that you want to hold on to this memory of a lover, not a family member, a lover. But think about it. If you're trying to make space for the new person that you want in your life, don't you owe it to them to have
No,
a nice
you know what you owe to them?
mindset of like, there's nobody else here.
What I think you owe
haunting
to
our
them,
relationship.
what I think you owe to them is knowing that you've made mistakes in the past and you will not
And you
make
burn
those
the box
mistakes
with all
again.
their stuff. And
No, I think it's a nice thing to
Don't worry about
relive some
it.
of those memories to know.
My mother
who
still
I am.
has some letters from her exes. And actually, as a kid to that, I mean, it's certainly no threat to her relationship. They've been married for over 50 years, right? And I love that it is a window into my mother as well, and the types of relationships and how I almost didn't come to be, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it's fascinating.
I'm just telling you right now, if I met a guy who had a whole bunch of that stuff, I would be a deal breaker
whole
for me.
bunch of the different things. Listen, I'm an ice witch. I'm an ice queen. When after breakups, you gotta ice over some things. You gotta let some things freeze for sure.
Yeah.
But I think there's a point at which you can actually like resurrect and have them so that they don't haunt your relationship.
Well,
I
that's
think
what
you
I'm
can.
saying. Like, if I'm going into my new boyfriend's place, he's like, oh, that's the thing that Melissa gave me. I'd be like, well, you should call Melissa and you guys should probably continue to hang out.
All right, okay, we're gonna move on to this. Selena.
Okay, all right,
What's
y'all.
happening here today, guys? Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco, they lit up the internet as Alice and the Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland. So, do we like a couple's costume, and have you done it?
Okay, you know what? Can I be honest? Okay, so there was a time in my life that I was very bah humbug, and I would have been like, oh my gosh, this is such a loser thing. But as I get older, I'm like, this is another deal breaker. I'm like, if you're not willing to do a couple's costume with me, I don't know if I want to be with you.
Yes! Yes! Say it, Andrea.
You
Say
know,
it.
relax and have fun. It's one night. We dress up. We do something cute as a couple.
Do you get to pick though? What if he doesn't
We
like?
can collaborate. I don't care. As long
Can
as
I-
it's something fun,
Collaboration.
I'm
Okay,
fine with
collaboration.
it. As long as it's not from your ex-girlfriend, I'm fine.
I just want to shout out to Benny Blanco and Selena, because I feel like Ryan and I, we did that same theme with our friends, because y'all know we love Halloween, and I think we kind of outdid them. So we did
that was
Queen
good.
of Hearts and the Mad Hatter. And you know why we've been married so long, Andrea? Because my husband is willing to do crazy stuff like that, and
It's
that's
fun
not
stuff.
it, you know. We did, obviously Barbie was all the rage the last couple of years, and so our friend, we love a theme, whether
Oh
it's
my
with
God, that's
couples,
very
or
good.
whether it's with couples or friends.
I was just gonna say that I'm a nay to couples costumes when you go for like the obvious like trend of the year, like Barbie and Ken. But you guys look so good that I want to backtrack on that a little. You do look good. But I think what excites me is when you see a couple dressed up in something like really unexpected, and you're like, oh my God, I forgot about that. Like if you went, like my dream is to be invited to a couple's party, and Simon and I get to go as the stepbrothers. You know, from Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. Like that movie is off the beaten track. No one's thinking about Step Brothers right now. So like the idea of being like, oh my God, what's that movie? You know, like I love that.
Yeah, I love it too.
Someone invite me.
You know where I love when celebrities do it because they usually have a budget and they do it well. So I was thinking about Zoe Kravitz and Channing Tatum, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
But they used to do such great. We're gonna miss it this year. They did Rosemary and Rosemary's Baby. That is very clever and funny. They also did Robert De Niro and Taxi Driver. And Jodie Foster, of course. Jason and I have done the couple's costume a couple of times. We've done Pirates. We also did Stormtrooper and Princess Leia.
That's cute.
Which I thought was cute. And the thing is that here's the plug for couples costumes. Wait.
What's Jason is just wearing a helmet.
He did. The costume came on later on. It was.
It came off later on too.
That's all right. I was just gonna say, like, I think you choose wisely because it can be a little bit of foreplay if you're in the right frame of mind.
That is a good idea.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. I've long stood by the idea that the right costume, it can set you in a different mood. Yes.
Did you keep the helmet on or did you take it?
You're thinking about the Step Brothers. There's a whole tab on the internet.
You know, you're giving me ideas, Cynthia. I didn't know if I wanted to wear this home, but I am feeling a little horny. So.
Do you see how it works?
Don't write us. I'm wearing horns.
Remember that time I tried to find Andrea some love with the help of a matchmaker? Ask him if he's ever eaten beaver.
Have you ever had beaver?
No, I haven't.
Wasn't as successful as I'd hoped. So this time around, I'm bringing out the big guns, starting with sex and relationship expert Cynthia Loyst. And magic!
Okay, what is going on here?
We're gonna make love today, AKA in a bottle, AKA love potion. And don't worry, I've done some preliminary research.
Wait a minute, why do you have an empty jar?
Not empty, dragon's breath.
Oh, God.
Got it online, real cheap.
Okay, listen, I was told to be here and I don't really want to be here, but I do actually want to help. So let's start with the basics.
Okay. Just put.
Okay.
Nope. Okay.
So I was thinking more along the lines of like aphrodisiacs, you know? You got any oysters, for example, in that bag?
You're not gonna believe this! I do, they're tinned!
It's not exactly what I was thinking of.
Oh.
Wild oats somehow seems like a right fit, right? You got any of those? You have wild oats. Let's sow them.
Okay.
So let's start thinking about the characteristics we want in a partner. I really want to find a love match for Andrea. So what about something sweet?
Yes! Let me see.
Of course. Wow, that's very
Too sweet?
Maybe a little too sweet.
There's no going back now.
He also has to be smart.
Okay. I have come prepared. Oh.
Holy mackerel.
Yep.
I think she'd like a funny person.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
really
yeah.
funny. So
Yeah,
what do you
yeah.
got that would be funny?
Well, I mean,
All right.
thank you.
Here's the most important thing. He has to be good looking.
That'll come down. It just needs to stew a bit.
Okay, I think actually we're done here. But the only thing that actually would have been really good is if you had some DNA from a person that Andrea actually has chemistry with.
Cynthia, I kid you not. It is your lucky day. I've been monitoring their flirtation closely since day one. And one day after the show, Arthur rubbed his eyes and eyelash dropped. I gently collected it, knowing it may come in handy one day, and it has. Now, all we have to do is let this puppy stew and make love. Yes. It's in. Forgot your phone.
All Andrea. As you can see, Cynthia and I worked really hard,
Very hard on
this
that,
love
yes.
potion. So here you go.
Thank you.
It's time to give it a try, but be careful.
Okay.
The effects might come on quicker than you think.
My nose got in the way. Oh, that's good. Do I need more?
A little more, yes. A little more.
Who could it
Who's here? Who could be here? Who could be here? Who is here?
Is it Michael B. Jordan?
I know. Who it is?
This love potion works quickly. It really does work quickly. Who could this be?
Baby, is that you?
Andrea, my love, will you come trick-or-treating with me?
Of course it would, darling.
True love.
Welcome, everybody. Arthur Simeon is here.
Hello. Happy Halloween, everyone.
Happy Halloween.
I'm gonna try some of that.
Yeah.
Oh, no, everybody.
Be careful.
It's strong,
Be careful.
girl.
Be careful.
It's strong.
So, Andrea, did you feel anything when you drank it?
You know, I felt a little something, but I don't know if that's the perimenopause or the potion.
We'll
Or
take
the
care of
makeup.
it. Yeah, we'll
You'll
take care of it. Yeah.
What are you doing for Halloween, Mr. Simeon?
Trick-or-treating with my favorite,
Oh!
Who's your favorite?
Andrea Bain.
You're a good sport. Thank you
Well,
so
well
much.
done.
Thank you.
You two are very good in the
I
kitchen.
feel like this was a real success.
This was a
Thank
wonderful
you very much.
success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're the best.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
stay
Love
right
you.
there.
Love
You
you.
stay
Love
right
you.
there.
Love you.
Yes. Off he goes. Thank you, Arthur Simeon. Well, we often associate witches with house haunting, broom riding, and cauldron stirring, but guess what? We practice intense beauty methods too.
Yes, we do, ma'am. All right, from magical potions to ritualistic self-care, our next guest is here with bewitching beauty products to incorporate into your routine during the spooky season and beyond. Please welcome beauty editor Bahar Niramwalla, aka He's had goddess of witchcraft and sorcery.
Welcome. We love.
goddesses.
You
So
look
Bahar,
gorgeous.
we're going to kick off some things here. We've got a lot to get to. Some enchanting potions. The first one is for our hair, which I'm going to do something to your hair.
bless you.
There we
you
go.
go.
These
Potions
witches take
for
care
our
of each
hair.
other. Witches
Yes.
got it,
Yes.
of course. Yeah, aptly named from Amika, the Wizard is what we're starting with. This is a primer and a detangler for our hair. So number one, it's a 2-in-1, which makes me very happy. But number two, this is a silicone-free primer, and I gotta tell you, if you know your hair porosity, silicone-free is where you wanna be. This is really good at giving you 450-degree heat protection as well, so when things get a little bit hot down below, it's gonna give you some great protection. Really lovely.
No, this smells really good, and I like the
So
texture of
lovely.
it. This works on all hair textures as well.
Because it's silicone-free, you're gonna be able to do all hair textures and types.
Okay, that is good to know. All right, so next up is a magical potion for our skin, and it's a glow tonic. Fill us in,
Pixie
darling.
Beauty's Glow Tonic. This is iconic. Did not mean to rhyme. This is actually, heads up, beauty editor, makeup artist, regular person favorite. This is a 25-year-old product right now. It's actually, the birthday is this October, so happy birthday to this. Very exciting. It is a very gentle glycolic acid toner. So with exfoliation, we want to go low and slow, right? Also, there's ginseng and aloe. So you're getting exfoliation and soothing at the same time. This should not be about burning your skin off. This should be about gentle, light
It's nice and cool and soothing.
Exactly. Soothing is the key here.
We love that. And witches, we don't have a lot of time because we're really busy terrorizing people. So we would like a multitasking product. And you have a multitasking mist for us.
I have a multitasking mist, which is also a makeup setting spray. And I think makeup setting sprays are magic because who has the time to beat faces like this and then be walking around with an arsenal to touch it up, right? So enter the Max Fix Plus Magic Radiance Mist.
I don't think I can do it today.
I'm good. You can do it on on me if you want to.
Okay.
This is hyaluronic acid and vitamin C fuel.
Yes.
Incredible.
Smells lovely.
Smells good.
This is also a skincare mist. So you can do this before the makeup.
Yes.
As well as
that smells
after
nice.
the makeup,
Yes.
which is really nice about this. So again,
really
another
nice.
two.
Ooh,
That
Yeah,
smells
love
really
that.
good. All right, well, witches are known for speaking their intentions, and for this, you're suggesting lip color is really set for that.
I am all about a subdued lip when it comes to speaking your intentions. I'd rather have my words do the talking than my lips do the
Oh.
talking. So I have some beautiful options from Kylie Cosmetics that are all about a nude, subdued 1990s kind of a look too, because we are looking at their Precision Pout lip liner and their lip glaze
Okay, you do the liner.
lip gloss. So this is all, like, think Mary J. Blige with that beautiful contoured lip liner in the 90s and then a gloss to finish it off. And that shade of lip liner is called Saturn. So very fitting as well. Saturn is the planet of career and responsibilities. So speak out those career intentions, put them out into the world. And you are moving forward with good intentions.
And there's a little iridescentness to this as
That's
well.
what makes this viral color like magic. It was such a favorite for everyone. Smelling nothing.
From the under. Okay, so after liner comes a lip gloss. Is this the lip gloss?
That was
the lip gloss.
viral.
Okay.
It's called Like Magic.
Like Magic. And again, good for all skin tones.
It has
looks like
a
it's gonna
bit of
work.
a shimmer. It's going to work on every skin.
Okay, got it.
All right, so we're moving on to some bewitching bath rituals next. Tell us why we're starting with a candle.
So number one, heads up, fire is magic, right? Let's not pretend. Fire is actual magic. It comes out of nowhere, it warms you up, it burns things. However, lighting a candle, especially at bath time, you're setting an intention, right? You're either intending it to smell nice or you're intending for a moment of relaxation. So why not talk about some beautiful options from Bath & Body Works? This is their Wicked Vanilla Woods candle, and it has pepper.
Is this the actual lid?
This is the lid.
Hold on, can we see
it
the
has
lid?
a golden snake
Look at
on
that
top
lid.
of it. This is absolutely insane, right?
We like that.
And their 3-wick candle has amberwood and pink pepper, so it's a little bit of a twist on vanilla, which is really nice.
I'm gonna sniff.
Yeah,
probably.
smell that. It's really lovely, right? It's really rich. Yeah.
Smell it.
And
that is nice.
And also these candle holders, heads up, Halloween, like bewitching themed, also from Bath & Body Works.
really?
I know, it's rotating eye. It's watching us. The all-seeing eye is watching us, ladies.
I love that.
Really
That's
cute.
beautiful.
Well, when we want to continue to incorporate something mystical into our routines, you say body scrubs could be the way to go.
So if you think about this, because I do this, that's how my brain works. Full moons are a definite ritual time. It's about shedding the old and inviting the new. We do it with spring cleaning, but heads up, every month, you can do a moon ritual for your body with exfoliation. So shedding that old skin. We have always fan favorites, Lush Cosmetics. This is actually a body scrub called Magic Crystals, which is so appropriate, right? It smells like spearmint and peppermint and also rosemary. Every good witch knows you have to plant rosemary by a garden gate. It's really lovely. Lovely color, right? And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention their bath bomb. That's actually called Magic Potion, and it has popping rock candy. So when you pop that in the bath, you are setting an intention for fun in the bathtub, right? It's so cute, so fitting.
That is fantastic. I love that, Erin. Okay, so it's time for some well-deserved self-care, which is we work very hard, don't we?
We really do.
Extremely hard. All right, so what's a gorgeous body butter that you've brought for us?
So I brought Canadian small business, female-owned Atma Things, and the reason I wanted to bring this is this sets the intention of take your time. This is a 10 ingredient or less body butter. It's a moon butter that also you're gonna have to take the time to massage this in and work it in. I'm gonna give you a little bit. Who wants a little bit on the back there?
You do, yeah, you do this
Oh,
one.
it's a
I'm
little
still- I'm still
harder.
taking
Like I
this.
see
It
it
is,
It's
and
like
this one is the coconut kambaba shimmer. It has a beautiful shimmer to it, right? There's also a crystal inside of here. Each of them are infused with a crystal that has a full moon ritual that's blessed the crystal. So it's those little small things that make the entire beautiful product.
That's beautiful. How's it smell?
Can you
So
smell
rich.
it?
There's also here, this one is the 100 roses. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, go for it. I know you. Yeah.
Wow.
Really luxe, but again, this is about taking your time.
Take your time.
Absolutely.
You know what I've been really into lately, because I don't really wear fragrance, but I've stumbled upon a few perfume oils.
Yes. You're
Which
speaking my
I
language.
love.
Yes.
So let's end with that.
Yeah, I also love perfume or scent because it is transportive. So it can take you to a memory in the past. It can set the memory in that moment when you're smelling it, or it sets your imagination off into the future of like thoughts from smelling that. So again, another Canadian female-owned and operated brand. It's called Wanderlust Botanical.
botanicals. Juliana Lachance is the musician. She's an author. She creates this stuff, which is really lovely. And this one is called Hocus Pocus. If you want, I'm gonna pop a little bit for you.
Okay.
There's cardamom oil in this, which to me is the kicker.
That's
Is it good?
nice.
Yeah, and there are other ones named like Venus, Moon, Fairy.
that
These are
is really nice.
super fitting, but they're also
gentle.
all essential oils to elevate your mind, your body, and your
Right
spirit.
after you get out of the bath.
You got it.
Oh
that
my
smells good.
gosh.
Oh, that smells
even when
so
we're,
good.
Even when we're being wicked, we can smell and look so good.
Absolutely. That's right. Witches
can.
gotta take care of themselves.
Bahar, thank you for these amazing, amazing products today. These are all going to be up on our YouTube channel after the show.
And as for our gorgeously ghoulish audience, guess what? You're all going home with some bewitching beauty products of your very
Nothing is spookier than a sink full of dishes, but thankfully our next guest has been conjuring up some cauldron cuisine.
Here with a frightfully fun feast of one-pot wonders is Chef Charlotte Langley. Welcome back to the show. First of all, welcome to the Social Witches Coven.
This is the hottest coven I've ever seen.
For those who might not know, who have you come as?
I'm Nancy from The Craft because,
Yes.
you know, the 90s. We're here, we're living it. It's live. Look at the pail.
I love
it
you
too.
love it. Love it.
Love it too. She's also She's also the spiciest of the four. So
She definitely is. You're spicy.
Absolutely,
You're
absolutely.
spicy.
Okay, so let's dive into these
Exciting,
hearty
shall we?
Halloween meals. These are so inspiring. They look beautiful, and I imagine they taste beautiful too.
Absolutely.
The first one is a hearty witch's brew beef stew.
Absolutely.
Do tell.
This cauldron is smoky, it's spicy, it's rich, it's luscious, and watch out for the eyeballs sitting on the top. This is a little slow simmering, watch this little clove in there. Okay. A slow simmering pot that just sits in the back of your stove. Give it time, let it do its thing. And I like to use like a little spice, a little clove, a little nutmeg. I made it rich and warming. Can you feel the love?
So
the love?
good.
This is so delicious.
We're whipping up some spells already, ladies.
I'm making this. I'm like, literally, it's gorgeous.
Now, you use dark ale?
Dark ale, yeah.
How come? What's the benefit of that? Like over wine or
vodka or whatever.
Yeah.
Dark ale is smoky and rich and unctuous and luscious. It brings that like smoky flavor to the dish as well. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
Can I ask about the eyeball potatoes?
Yeah.
So good.
Thanks. So the eyeball potatoes, it's a bit of an olive, but
It's
what
an
have you
olive.
got
I
sticking in
poked
there?
a clove in the middle, so don't swallow that part.
Yeah, I almost.
Oh, I love it though. Oh my
But
god.
it makes a little green olive and just scoop a little hole in the middle. I thought they were, well, I'm definitely not a really good food salad. That's what I'm
It's great.
I think you're excellent. I think you're excellent. Now let's move on to your spellbinding pumpkin curry. I'm very excited to try this one. But tell us what's in it.
She is luscious. She is spicy. She is silky. And when you run that coconut milk through, this thing adds a little extra twist that's just gonna spellbind your guests.
This is beautiful.
This is the type
Yummy,
of
right?
dish
It's like a curry.
I want to make a big, literally
I made a
cauldron of,
lot of it.
and then freeze it, and then on a night where I don't want to cook,
Eat it in bed.
I could eat this every night. I
Absolutely.
truly do mean that. This is
It's
so delicious.
Luscious, and the coconut, the pumpkins, they're just like, they add sweetness, they add unctuousness, they add a lot of great flavor. And this is like another set it and forget it back of your cauldron, on your fire pit. See you later.
So settle this for once and for all. When
Yeah.
when you're cooking with pumpkin, A, did you use the canned, or B, did you use the small? Because you can't use a regular carving pumpkin for this,
No,
right?
I cheated, guys.
Tell me.
I bought a bag of pumpkin from the grocery store frozen because not only am I the spiciest one of the batch, I'm also the most efficient.
Yeah.
So it's like saving time in some places. So I chopped the sweet potato, but I bought a bag of frozen pumpkin from the grocery store.
Beautiful. Hot
Genius.
tip.
We
hot
don't, you
tip.
know,
Love
we
it.
work hard enough as it
Love
is.
it. Okay, so let's move on to this toxic green split pea soup. It sounds delicious, but it reminds me of The Exorcist a little bit, I gotta be honest. Okay, go for it.
This is smoky. This is a pork hock that's in soaking, and that green, eerie flavor sort of reminds me of, I don't know, maybe a little slime.
Yeah,
perhaps.
sure.
And that color came from a beautiful bit of kale or spinach. So you just let this simmer long time. It adds the smokiness from the pork hock, so it feels like you're sort of, casting a spell in the back of the woods. And then I just blend some of the base with some spinach or kale to give it that bright green
That's
color.
what's making it pop like that.
Absolutely. And you
This even
can add a
tastes-
green food coloring if you want to.
You can taste the smokiness,
Yes.
can't you? You having a hard time?
It matches the color of your skin almost.
It's so smoky and delicious.
I love that. The smoke is nice, and then just blitzing in a bit of the green at the end gives you that brightness and a bit of freshness at the end to bring it.
Loves
to the
it,
table.
loves it. Okay, so
She
next
loves it.
up, I am
Mesmerized.
I'm mesmerized by what's next up, guys.
This
Truly.
has been
Bat
dusted.
wings.
These are bat wings.
Bat wings, yeah.
Carry on.
Dusted in powder from all my exes. There's a lot of them in there.
Okay.
This is covered. This is a sticky barbecue sauce. And I did do a little hint. It's a sticky, smoky barbecue sauce. You slowly warm up the cauldron, caramelize the chicken legs in the cauldron in batches, so you don't burn them or crowd.
Right,
You want
right.
that caramelization. And then I just drown it in a sticky, sweet, smoky barbecue sauce. And this is a bit of food coloring, a little black food coloring.
Okay.
To give it that look.
Yeah.
But you know, it's I think it's pretty it's doing the job.
Very
It's very effective.
It's alarming, but it's lovely to taste. Like,
Yes.
it looks alarming,
But
but you also like to serve it with bat droppings.
A little
I
guano.
understand.
A little guano.
What is the dropping? Yeah, tell us about that.
Ranch.
It's ranch dressing.
It could be any dressing that you like, but a few little
it's
bad
ranch.
droppings,
Yep.
you know, that people
Why not?
like. Why not? It's
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, this is
But
perfect.
you know, I've never cooked chicken.
I want to see you
that
like
one,
do
too.
this, but
I
it
know.
definitely is going to get all over your face. So don't you put it on your dress.
We'll do it after. Okay, so how do you get the perfect char on these? You
Low and
do
slow.
it in a low and slow?
In a big cauldron. The thing is about cauldron cooking is that one, you can put a lot of pots on the stove, which is great. So
Those
you can
witches knew how to do it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a witch with all the pots I had going the other day. Some delicious spells. This is low and slow caramelization.
So are we
And
talking
don't
medium?
feel-
Like medium heat?
I would say like a 4.
Okay.
If that makes any
4.
sense.
Yeah,
like a 4.
I like that. I like
so
that.
you've got
medium low.
You've got a couple of desserts you've brought with us
Yes.
for you as well. It's when we can really sink our teeth into. Talk about the vampire's red velvet pudding cake.
Red velvet pudding cake. So this baby is loaded with vanilla pudding, which has been folded in, and a little bit of whipped cream cheese on top. And this is like soft and gooey and easy to do. And it also, I was inspired to make it look like a giant gash. So this is not really, it looks a little bit gnarly. Maybe they should have been to the
it does.
doctor, but I
So
think this is a little
Is that
spooky.
is this supposed to be pus?
Yeah, it's pus.
So it's a
And then
pus.
blood, and then the pudding is supposed to look like the arteries, you know, like the tendons in your body.
It does. Like,
This
it looks
is
like fattened
This is
arteries.
flesh. Like this is human.
That is so cool.
It tastes amazing and it is disgusting. And I understand you use boxed velvet cake. Is
Yes.
it no shame in
No
this?
shame. No shame. Box
Box
velvet cake, box puddings, 35 a little milk, and just whip it up, bake
Okay.
it, see you later. But don't forget, keep it covered when you're baking it. The steam is where the magic happens. So when you open and reveal, beautiful rich cake in your
Incredible.
face. Otherwise, it'll flatten.
Okay.
Cake in a cauldron,
Cake in a
people.
cauldron.
We brought that here to you today. Now, we're ending with a bubbling cauldron lava dip. Tell us about this beautiful brownie creation.
This beautiful brownie creation is loaded with eyeballs and flavor and fun. This is the one you keep going dipping back for more. So underneath is a molten brownie base.
No way!
Yeah, and then you pour a fudge sauce on top, which is just chocolate and whipping cream. Pour it when it's still baked. It sucks in, so when you go into dip, you'll be dipping for days.
Oh, it's so
This is,
good.
and I put in a
So
cookie
good.
for you because you can dip cookies into it, or fruit, or.
Fruit. You
You
can do
played
everything.
with the presentation like you. How else would you play with the presentation?
Well,
for this?
one way you could do is you could do like some little Twizzlers and like make them look like veins, like running through a piece of meat or what have you. I'm kind of going in the meat thing here, right? But I like the little eyeballs too, just sort of give it a little
And those are
spookiness.
marshmallows,
Those
right?
are marshmallows with little dots of chocolate on top.
Beautiful.
And that's it.
Charlotte,
You.
You're wonderful. You're the best witch I know. Truly, that was
sweetie.
you
Thank
hit it
you.
out of the park.
Subscribe to the Social Podcast so you don't miss a fiery debate. Until next time, socialites.